Hi, it's me, Miss Andrea, teaching artist with Kid Smart, and I'm back with another art apart video. Today what we're going to make are 3D collages. So here's an example of a 3D collage. As you can see, like other collages, I've taken multiple pieces of paper and I brought them together in layers on a base layer. So this is what I mean by 3D because it stands up. You can view it from many angles. It's not like a flat piece of paper like something like we made last week. So this is 2D and this is 3D. But like last week, we are going to be using lines and we are going to be improvisational in our approach. So to make our 3D collage, we are going to need lines, and by that I mean paper. So here I've used construction paper, but if you don't have construction paper, don't worry because I will show you something you can use instead. In addition to paper, we are going to want some glue or tape, and you can use scissors if you want, but you don't have to. So let's take a look at our steps. Step 1. We are going to prepare our lines by cutting or tearing paper. So here is some computer paper. I also have some newspaper. And this is where the scissors come in. If you want, you can safely, as always with scissors, you want to cut some lines like so. This is a nice thick line, or you can tear the paper, which I kind of like to do. So grab the paper with one end, with one hand, and then hold it. Use the other hand to slowly pull down. And we come to the end of the line. And we have huge long lines that aren't that thick. See? So we want some thicker lines, thin lines, long, short, a nice variety. So that was step 1. Oh, I should also add that if you use white paper, what you can do to kind of spice it up a little is you can color it, as I've done here. Color pencils, I use highlighter and ink on this one. You can also take newspaper and glue it on the back of printer paper. So that makes it kind of cool. Step 2, make your lines 3D by rolling, folding. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, and I will connect you with a resource for that. But I'm going to show you 2. The first one is to roll. So here we go. Take something round, take the paper, kind of fold the end under, and then keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. And then when we get to the end of the line, we remove our round object. Here we go. We have a nice curl. Something like this. Remember our lines from last week? We just made one like that. Now I'm going to show you how to make a zigzag. So let's take another line. Going to fold it. So you could make it really big or you could make it super small. I'm going to make it kind of big just to see what happens. So I folded it, and then I flipped it. Now I'm going to fold it toward me again. Press, flip. Fold toward me, press, flip. And keep going. And what's going to happen? Nice zigzag. So now we are at our third and final step, which is kind of 2 steps, but calling it 1 step. We are arranging and attaching our 3D lines. I say it's kind of 1 step because you might kind of do one as you go. It's not all one thing. Let me show you what I mean. So, putting the camera down. So, I have our base layer and I have a bunch of different lines. As you can see, I've already attached some. Got a nice curvy line, looks really cool, and a nice little zigzag. So what you can do, I've used some tape that I've folded over so it's sort of double-sided, and then I can kind of move it if I don't like the way it looks. So you might want to, play around with the arrangement with a bunch of different things before you start attaching. Or you could just totally go ahead and start attaching and then see what happens. It's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong way when you're doing this. So I'm going to keep arranging as I go. And just kind of playing around with how you want it to look. I'm kind of trying to use a lot of the page rather than putting everything in one corner. But it's really up to you. There's no right or wrong way when you're doing this. Maybe I could bring in some color, kind of connect things and layer them under each other. It's totally your call. This is all about exploration. So I hope you enjoy this activity. I know I like to do it. You don't have to do it all at once. You can kind of come and go. But yeah, I hope you had a great time, and I'll see you next week.